Magdalena here. Am I the only one who thinks that a lot of posts straight people make about their relationships are just straight up insane? But before we start, I have a few hetero friends and they gave me a pass to make fun of them, just so we're clear. The main thing I want to talk about is the whole being insanely jealous for absolutely no reason thing, and crazy cheating allegations. Guys, is it cheating to tag with a female friend? Well, let's do this. I'm a lesbian, and yes, I am aware that we don't have the greatest reputation when it comes to stability in relationships and other things. But hey, the huge thing about the whole loving women stuff is that you naturally surround yourself with a lot of women. Honestly, like 90% of my social cycle are women. My best friend is a woman, and I'm always happy to talk and meet new girls. It's very common to hang out with both your girlfriend and girlfriend. No, I wasn't trying to be funny here. And hell, if you say that you hugged, saw each other almost, or even completely naked when changing, or trying on clothes, went on solo trips together, I have a feeling that a lot of lesbians won't even bat an eye. That's just the experience of being good friends between women. And entering a new relationship doesn't mean that you have to abandon it completely. And hey, we're attracted to each other too, so why are straight people so different? To be honest, it's kinda baffling to me that even just texting a girl if you're a guy in a relationship is seen as wrong or even cheating. Like, aren't you allowed to tag with the other half of the population? And overall, having friends of the opposite gender is usually frowned upon. Why? In my perspective, I would never enter a relationship with someone who I wouldn't trust. And trust means that I don't suspect them of cheating at every possible opportunity. Sure, it's okay to be suspicious when your boyfriend or your girlfriend suddenly starts spending a lot of time with that other person, but it's often not even the case. And I have a feeling that this toxic, let's name things properly, culture is making the divide between men and women much worse. How are we supposed to understand each other's perspective if we can't even talk like normal people? For me, it's obvious that attraction isn't universal and inevitable when talking to another straight person of the opposite gender. Sure, it can happen sometimes, but boiling down men's and women's relationships and contacts only to romantic context is incredibly harmful and generalizing. Like I said, if you want your boyfriend to understand you better, get the struggles that you go through on a daily basis, or even just see things from your perspective, you have to let him talk to other women. And no, don't limit it to only your friends. If we lesbians can be friends between each other and don't immediately jump into bed, why can't you? I know a lot of people are probably getting very defensive hearing it now, and I get it. I want to say, despite me calling it toxic and having a pretty accusatory tone, I don't think it's completely your fault if you behave like this. First of all, culture taught us to expect certain patterns and situations, even if real life is completely different. And unfortunately, a lot of people either knowingly or not go around repeating the harmful arguments over and over. Also, I know there's nothing more convincing than living proof. If you saw your friend getting cheated on, or it happened to you, first of all, I am genuinely sorry for you. But also, hey, it makes logical sense for you to be wary of repeating those patterns. But the thing is, your perception of reality is shaped by your experiences and hurts. But reality isn't shaped by anything. So, if you previously believed and lived through happy relationships, just because your perception of the topic got changed, it doesn't mean that the world changed along with it. Your view of the world is naturally biased. If you got bitten by a dog as a child, it's normal that you could carry that fear to adulthood, even around the cutest and most harmless puppies. The same thing happens in relationships. Just because you got hurt, it doesn't mean that all the good people disappeared or are secretly evil. And also, if you say that it's not true because you keep running into bad people all the time, so your fears and preconceptions must be real, be aware of the pattern that our brains naturally gravitate towards things we're already familiar with, even if those hurt. Ask yourself, what were the common things between all your bad exes? Often there are subtle patterns, like the fact you like people who party a lot, but as you settle in the relationship, it stops being fun and becomes harmful. It's not that everyone cheats or gets blackout drunk every weekend. You choose a person who does that, so you get the full package of what you signed up for, even if it sounds brutal. I'm not saying it's your fault if the other person hurts you, no, but there is a reason why you're getting hurt all the time by the same things, but in different people. Look into this, preferably at therapy. Yeah, now that I'm on the topic, go to therapy, genuinely. It's not a you crazy, go get help thing, rather you clearly hurt, and your trust must have been broken at least once. It's not something you have to carry alone. Your dating life doesn't have to be all negative and painful. You can escape those toxic patterns and learn what you really want from relationships. And please, be alone for long periods of time, at least once or twice in your life. Jumping between relationships all the time isn't healthy. You grow and learn what you need the best when you're alone. I know it sucks, and you must feel empty for the first few weeks, but it gets easier. Let yourself live and create a comfortable life for yourself outside of relationships. They are just an addition to your life, not the whole deal and reason to do anything. If you aren't happy by yourself, you won't be happy in a relationship long term, even if the first few weeks feel amazing. Your issues, trust problems, and insecurities don't just disappear fear, they go into hiding. Okay, let's go back to talking about culture. I'm really grateful to be lesbian, mainly because the awesome culture that developed around it. Women talking and supporting each other, creating art, enjoying each other's presence. After all, we like each other. Unlike some straight people, it seems. It's a whole other insanely wide and huge topic to talk about. How normalized it is to just outright hate each other while being attracted and in relationships. Listen, I know that for some of you, being straight can be inconvenient, but you can't do anything about it. So maybe instead of demonizing each other, you will just try to talk, like really talk, not just throw angry memes and Twitter discussions at each other. I know I didn't bring anything drastically new to the table of this topic, but I hope you took something from this video. Again, please, if you don't want to go to therapy for whatever reason, it's fine, by the way. Just stop for a moment and think what you really want from your love life, and whenever issues you have with your partners stem from them doing something genuinely wrong, or is it mostly your insecurities speaking? Nothing wrong with having them, but also, you can't let them impact other people's well-being. Your mental health is your responsibility, and the, hey, it's okay to be yourself, caution, and exactly where another person's comfort starts. So take responsibility. Being hurt, or having been hurt in the past is not an excuse to hurt others now. I don't care what your backstory is. If you're a toxic person, you are a toxic person, period. I think the culture of acceptance and validation towards mental health struggles goes too far sometimes, but it's a topic for a whole different video. For now, it was Magdalena, and I'm thankful you stayed with me throughout this. Take care, and I hope you live tomorrow in a way you won't regret.